So I get some disturbing news today, right? My brother, he hit me up. He like, yo, your son, you know what I'm saying? He had an interview. And he mentioned you. My son never mentioned me in, as far as I know, any of his interviews. And y'all might know him. Y'all know my son. Look what I'm wearing right now. I wear this almost every day. Got like $3,000 worth of Spergo shit. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, what'd he say? He said he only met you a few times. I said, what? No, he ain't say that. Like, no, I know Trey wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? He's a smart kid. He wouldn't say that. Let me look at it for myself. Sure enough, right? The interview is by a dude named I don't know what he go by, but I think I don't know his name, but I know he go by something for suckers. It's a weird name, but I probably tag it in this video. I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna tag it. But yeah, sure enough, my son said he met me a few times and he wasn't even worried about, you know what I'm saying, us having some type of bond or connection. But let me tell y'all something, man. And I'm not doing this fucking video to gain anything out of this but the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because, for one, you're lying. He's lying. You know what I'm saying? I always was in my son's life. Me and his mother wasn't on good terms for, a while. Like, back and forth and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I always was there. You know what I mean? Financially, in the physical. In the meantime, I still had to, provide for myself and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I was always there. He always knew me. He always knew his grandmother, which is my mother, his cousins, which is my nephews and nieces and shit like that. Like, he knows everybody. Like, you know what I mean? I got so many pictures and videos and all types of shit. You know what I mean? It's funny. Like, I'm pissed off at him because he's 15 and he knows what he's saying. But it's like this industry, man. It's fucked up industry. They'll take a black kid, and train them on what to say and how to say it and make them appear fatherless to sell them to an audience of people that's like, oh, well, they had it bad. That nigga never had the struggle. My son never had the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Never. As long as I was breathing and around, you know what I'm saying? He mentioned, oh yeah, my stepfather was there. I'm about to get into a lot of shit. We talking about the same stepfather that told you that he didn't like you when you was 3 years old and you couldn't wait to come tell daddy. You know what I'm saying? And me checking him about to get in his fucking ass. And me having to check your mother, but you was young then. But I know you remember. Because you couldn't wait. You always told me, you know what I'm saying, what was going on. When you came around me, you let me know when something wasn't right. You know what I mean? And that's neither here nor there. I ain't gonna even go there, you know what I'm saying? But he also mentioned, yeah, we had a good success since the store been open. They opened a store in Philly, right here in hometown. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know where my son was. He was traveling. Always I see him on Instagram. I call him almost every day. No answer, no response. Called his mother. She never really picked up the phone for me. Never, you know what I mean, responded back to text messages when I just wanted to see them and wanted them to come over. You know what I mean? I used to get my kids every weekend or every other weekend, however it worked. You know what I mean? Worked out for both of us. You know what I'm saying? So all that bullshit, like he met me a few times, like I just came out of nowhere, like, hey, I'm your dad. Come on. We not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? This fake ass industry, man, and fake ass people, like, it's fucked up. My homie, man, I just got off the phone with my homie. My homie said, yo, I'm in tears watching this shit because I know the fucking truth. People around me and people that love me, they know what's up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the same kid. He's not the same kid from, 40 years ago. And that's when like all this shit started. Like I'm gonna tap into a lot of things. You know what I mean? And Trey, if you listening, you know I'm always love you. You know what I mean? You my son. You my oldest son. You got my whole name. You know what I'm saying? Contreras Brown. It ain't too many Contreras Browns in the world. In fact, there is none. You got Contreras Brown right here, and you're Contreras Brown. You go by Trey Brown. You know what I'm saying? And for you to sit there and say that, you know what I mean, it hurt it. It hurt it, but, you know, I'm used to it. I'm numb. It's times that, you know, I called you. I wanted to really talk to you. I left so many messages and like, damn, why don't, you know, just respond? Like them dudes that, you know, that you around, the P. Diddy's and, you know, all them dudes, all them guys you around, you know what I'm saying? They not going to take the place of your father. They got kids of their own. You know what I'm saying? They're not willing to die for you. They ain't willing to kill for you. You know what I mean? So anybody who got a problem with it, any public figure, y'all can say what y'all want, y'all can pull up. I'm always ready for smoke. One thing about me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even go there. I ain't gonna go there. Maybe on another video or something. Just this right now is just me to get some shit off my chest and to tell you, young man, stop lying. Stop lying. If I would rather you pretend like you don't know me, pretend like I don't even exist. Don't answer my phone calls. Don't answer my texts. But one thing you ain't gonna do, you're not gonna lie. You ain't gonna sit there and lie and say you just met me a few times. Nigga, I will fuck you up. Straight up. Don't sit there and lie. Come on. Don't do that. And this is father to son talk. So all y'all, like I said, all y'all public figures, y'all mind your fucking business. Straight up. If y'all got a problem with it, pull up. Because I don't see y'all there for any other kid that's just doing some regular shit. You know what I'm saying? He made a way. He sold everybody a success story. Bravo. You know what I mean? But don't act like y'all was there from day one. When he had to have surgery and he was in the hospital, I was there. His passion was music. Every show, every event his mom told me about, I was there. Not his stepfather. I didn't even see that nigga. I seen that nigga one time. The whole time. Now, I ain't gonna say one time. Maybe like 2 times since they've been together. And they've been together for a while. Because before I got in my relationship now that I'm with, my wife that I'm with now, for 7 years, me and her been already separated for like 8 years. You know what I'm saying? It's so much I can write a fucking book on this shit, man. Straight up. This shit is crazy. Like, so for me to get this type of news, like, yeah, like what? You don't know me. I met him a few times. We chop it up here and there. We barely chop it up. Last time we did talk, I called you on your birthday. December 31st. 2020, going into 2021. That was the last time we talked, Trey. You know what I'm saying? But count how many times I sent you text. You out here, you being a public figure, you're talking to other kids, you're talking to a lot of children everywhere. You got 2 little sisters over here, Trey. Whatever you got against me, okay, fine. But why don't you never ask your mom to bring you over to meet your to meet my daughters, which is your sisters? You know what I mean? They only met you once, and that's because I pulled up. If I knew where you was, I'd pull up every day. You know what I mean? Or as much as I could. You see how I pull up at the Spergo store and drop racks in there. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Your pop was never no deadbeat. Your pop was never no sucker nigga. Or none of that shit. Straight up. But as you get older and you start dealing with females, and I hope you don't ever have to experience what I went through with your mother. Hope you don't, you know what I mean? I'm not going to talk bad about your mom because, you know, as far as, you know, whatever you want to call good, if, you know, y'all happy, she did a good job with you. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to sit here and make it seem like, oh, mom is this and dad ain't shit. Dad never was there. No, me and your mother was just never together. We weren't together. There was times there was things going on with you. I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what was going on with you. You know what I'm saying? I always try to reach out. I always try to, you know what I'm saying? You know this. Stop lying. Come on, man. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, man. Much success to everything you're doing. I watch everything. I see everything. But you're not going to use me as a part in your story like I abandoned you or something, or never gave a fuck about you, or never, you know what I'm saying? You my oldest son with my whole name. You and your brother. Amir. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both wearing my last name. To the point y'all don't even want to talk to me no more. Like, why? But y'all kids, man, I'm allowing y'all room to grow and to explore. You did most and accomplished most in your life that most adults didn't. You know what I mean? Use that shit wisely. You know what I mean? Be careful when you're doing these interviews and they ask you certain questions about your father. Be truthful or don't say nothing at all. You know what I mean? But I'm going to leave it at that. But y'all will see and hear from me again. Straight up. Peace.